name is Toby Okechukwu. I represent an area of Woji River Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, this bill to amend the offshore and inland basin production sharing contract would have in ordinary assessment, have come about 16 years late. 16 good years. And the assessment you made is that we are likely to recover about 1.6 billion this year to fund the budget. Then the 1.6 billion of the past 16 years, where is it? So it's a huge challenge. Mr. Speaker, I think the problem we have is all this fire brigade approach, where suddenly we are under pressure for purposes of revenue. We just wake up and begin to look for one act that will complement what we are doing. Mr. Speaker, I believe strongly that the executive, this government should be responsive enough that the Petroleum Industry Bill, that there should be an executive bill that addresses comprehensively all the issues in the petroleum sector. This pick and choose of any bill that is of consequence when we're under pressure, it will not help. Because all these pockets of acts that are littered all over the Federation, dealing with one issue or the other, whether it's sharing contract, whether it's deep shore oil, whether it is pipelines, it does not help us. And the bill, the Petroleum Industry Bill, should have some momentum. There should be some oxygen from the executive with regard to it. And that will cure the imperfections of this kind of selective amnesia, of suddenly waking up after 16 years to say, oh, we are going to realize 1.6 billion. Who has been dealing with 1.6 billion for the past 16 years? Multiply it and let us know what it's going to give you. So, Mr. Speaker, whereas the intent is good, we are likely tomorrow to discover that suddenly there is also one other act that we have forgotten for about 16 years. I believe that, look, we should put some thought process to the things we do. If the PIB bill has some support from the executive, it would simply have dealt with this issue. I know we have some issues with regard to revenue, but the earlier we begin to address our matters comprehensively, the better. So whereas it will be auspicious for us to amend the act, we do not know which other one will come up tomorrow. But by the time we deal with it comprehensively through the PIB bill, if it is supported and given momentum from the executive, it will be very, 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 it will support the oil industry and make sure that we don't dissipate energy arguing about various acts all the time. Two, it is also good that the present act, which we are seeking to amend, had anticipated there should be a review after 15 years, and subsequently every 5 years. We have breached those provisions, by not abiding by them. So whereas this is important that we amend it, my own assessment is we are likely to continue to have this kind of ambush of various bills if we don't deal with the Petroleum Industry Bill. I support the amendment, but I call on the executive to give some oxygen, to give some support to the Petroleum Industry Bill so that we don't go about dealing with such issues all the time. Thank you very much.